Hi, I'm Mary Jantz, author of The Penny Book, and I just wanted to address a question that I get all the time with regards to this book. So anytime I go to a school to do an author visit, anytime I read this book to anyone, there's always a kid that asks me the same question, and it is, where did you come up with the idea for this story? And it's such a great question because it's such an interesting reason why I came up with this story. So the thing is, I actually came up with the idea for this story long before I got it published. So I got it published in 2020, so about 5 years ago. But I came up with the idea for it, it was at least 11 years ago. I have 3 boys, and they were super little. I think they were 1, 3, and 5 at the time. And I was in nursing school full-time, and my husband Steve, at the time, he had a job where he was traveling overnight out of town. Sunday through Thursday he was gone, and I was in nursing school, and we had these 3 little kids. It was just like such a crazy busy time, and I chose to be in nursing school at that time, and it was just crazy. And I remember every night, I always wanted to read stories at night, but the boys, they never wanted me to actually read an actual book. They always just wanted me to tell them a story. Like, just make up a story, Mom. And so one night, I remember I was so tired, and I don't even know, I just started making up this story. I thought of this idea about this little penny. And the story that I told them, it wasn't exactly the version of this, but it was about this little penny, and she was so sad because she kept getting put in all these different places over time, and she didn't know where she really belonged. And I remember I tucked the kids in. He was baby, and I put him to bed, and I left. The older 2 boys shared a room. I left both of their rooms, and I thought to myself, oh my gosh, this is such an amazing idea for a story. I have to write this down. And so I quick wrote it down. I just wrote down any notes I could of what I just had spewed out to them. And I wrote it all down, and then I just put it aside, and I didn't do anything with it for years. The only thing I really did was I kind of just perfected the story. I gave it a plot line, a beginning, middle, and end, and I really just thought it out as far as what it would really look like as an actual children's book. But it wasn't until years later that I actually got it published. Another really cool thing about this story that not a lot of people know, unless you really know me and my family, is that the little girl that's in the beginning of the story, she's actually the first one to actually have ownership of the penny. She's the first one to get the penny in the candy store. And then it doesn't say so in the story, but it's conveyed in the pictures that she is actually the same woman at the end of the story, and she's in the zoo with her grandkids, which again, it doesn't say so in the story, but the image conveys it because one of the boys says, "Thanks for the toy, Nana." And that little girl and that woman is actually supposed to be my mom. And my boys call my mom Nana. And so, "Thanks for the toy, Nana," those are actually my boys. And so not a lot of people know that about this, which is what makes it so special too, is that, something that I've noticed about myself as a writer is that everything that I've written, there's something personal in the stories that I write, either about myself or about one of my children, or something that one of my children has accomplished, or something in all of my books has some little snippet of my life in it. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that this book is super special, and that is the story behind The Penny Book. Thanks for listening.